Good afternoon and welcome to the June Infrastructure Update with Tiffany Holden. My co-host Max Burridge is currently on vacation, so I have with me today in the studio none other than Mr. Thomas Burridge. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Tiffany, for having me. I hope Max is having a great time.
Well, Thomas, since you're new here, I'm going to go ahead and kick us off with our first news item. I got to visit the Scramble Nature Play Park that just recently opened a couple of weeks ago. It's located in a kind of little unused area back behind woods and kind of that fountain pond place by Regal Cinemas in Barkley. That is currently now a fully fenced play place, and it's very mountain oriented. Like there's mud, there's this big pile of rocks kids
Yeah.
can climb up on. It looks really cool.
Yeah, just from the little snippet you put on social media this last week, it looked really cool. It's not a spot I've checked out yet, but I look forward to seeing it.
And like the climbing mountain with the ropes, I feel like is something that grown-ups would get into doing too. Like
Yeah, oh,
it's made
yeah.
for kids, but it's big enough I feel like big kids would have fun too.
That is very cool. A playground for everybody. It is officially traffic season here in Western Washington, and anybody who's been out on the Mount Baker Highway or Hannegan can attest to that. Some of these upcoming projects are going to be located along Eldridge Avenue, Cornwall Avenue, and the Lincoln Maple intersection. We'll keep you posted as things develop, but you can always check out the capital projects page on the City of Bellingham website for more information.
The historic Whatcom Falls train trestle is coming down. Have you been to that spot before, Max?
I've seen it and I've heard about this project.
Yeah, I don't know if I've actually been there myself because it's not like on one of the major trails, if I recall correctly. But I've been seeing a fair amount of photos of it on social media from people kind of wishing farewell to this Bellingham icon before it's demolished. So, last photos I've seen, it was still standing, but it is scheduled for demolition this summer just for enhancing park safety as that trestle has gotten older and older, of course, over the years and over the decades.
And now we're going to head up to Ferndale, where the City Council is seeking federal funding for a new 17,000 square foot building, which would be referred to as the Civic Campus. This building would house the Ferndale Municipal Court, City Council, and public meeting rooms.
Last up, speaking of Ferndale, there is a new sculpture that was unveiled in Griffintown Park, which is along 2nd Avenue. It's 14 feet tall and designed by local artist and a former Bellingham Technical College welding instructor, Don Anderson. A beautiful curving metal sculpture, and it is called New Hope. So thank you to the Ferndale Arts Commission for continuing to bring new beautiful pieces into our community in the public space.
Thank you so much for joining us for the June edition of the Infrastructure Update. That is all we have for you this month. Stay tuned. We'll have more projects and developments coming up in future episodes. We hope Max is having a wonderful time on his vacation. Tiffany Holden and Thomas Burridge signing off.